Hey everybody, it's Dr. Green, the Road Scholar. Have a day off today at the house for the night. I'm going to get back on the road tomorrow morning. Wanted to here to talk about some things I've been seeing on YouTube a lot, and people, companies predicting what the future is going to be and everything. And I watch a lot of different channels, from Freight Waves to other analysts. I try to keep up what's going on in the stock market and the world trade and everything like that as well. Here's my problem with them saying, well, it's because a lot of people say, oh, the freight market's turning around. Oh, it's heading back in the right direction and everything. And it sounds good, but I like looking at data. We're seeing no more ships coming in. We're seeing no increase in consumer sales. I don't know where they get these numbers. It sounds to me like they're just kind of shooting at the wind and going, well, in the past, it's always picked up when it's this low, and it's even lower than that now, so it's got to start picking up sooner or later. And they're right, sooner or later it will. However, when they're talking about we're in the middle of a turnaround right now, there's no data supporting that. Matter of fact, data is supporting just the opposite. People going back to work, the employment market is starting to decelerate now. It's slowing down. People are, less people are going back to work right now. So that part's slowing down. And everyone can say, well, a whole bunch of jobs got created. No, people are allowed to go back to the jobs they had. But when the pandemic was first over, it kind of flooded the market and went, wow, look at all these people going to new jobs. But most of us common sense didn't know they're just going back to work. Well, after they went back to work, all that slowed down. There were no new jobs created, so there's been a deceleration of people getting back into the employment market. So if we haven't seen a jump in freight and consumer buying and purchasing up until now, you're not going to see one now that it's decelerating. So you're seeing about the peak of the spending right now. They say, well, we're going to have about 1% growth in GDP. That's not good. That's not good at all. And so a 1% GDP growth is not good for the economy, period. Which means that, again, consumers are not purchasing like they were during the pandemic. They said, well, we are seeing an increase in spending above pre-pandemic times. Yeah, more people are born now. I mean, do you know how many people were born compared to how many people died during COVID? So you got more people, a lot more people in America right now because of our border situation and everything. So yeah, spending went up a little bit because these people are buying food and they're buying things, but it's not enough. Not to go along with our population increase in the country. The spending is really actually down compared to how many people came into the country and the childbirth rate and everything else. Spending per individual is actually down. Even though, yes, we have an increase in the amount of money spent, it's not enough compared to the amount of people that are here. And really, it wasn't that much anyway. So we did not see a big bump in retail sales or anything else, which is what helps the trucking industry. Housing market is pretty much stagnant right now. They're not building a whole lot of more houses right now. You can check out the permits place and everything. So the housing market is stagnant. Employment is stagnant. Spending is actually down per person and per individual. So even though spending for the country is up by I think 1.1%, it's really down per individual. So the only thing they're really buying is main essential things. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not like everyone's out here buying just beans and rice or anything. They're buying other stuff, but not at the rate we need for freight to increase. So when you hear a lot of these people sitting there talking about the freight market's finally turning around, no, you got to take a lot of things into consideration. Summer always bumps a little bit, especially right before school starts. It's expected to get a little bit because people are getting ready for school, buying supplies and things like that. But we did not see near the amount of freight we normally see. We didn't see the amount of freight that we should have seen during produce season. For as much housing market was beginning to rebuild and everything beginning last year, we didn't really see a big bump in that. Now, flatbed has bumped up or kept above dry van and everything, but not like it should have. And if it was that much consumerism going on there, I know they're trying to boost your morale and make you feel good and everything, but I'm trying to keep it real with you because some of you people will go in there out here and lease a truck or buy a truck or go, whatever, go finance a truck and everything, thinking you're good. All right, the market's on the way back up. We're going to make money again. And you're going to put a lot of your savings into it and everything else, and it's not going to pan out. Not right now. You know, I try to keep it 100% real with you people. You know, if you go to any truck stop and you would ask truck drivers last year or the year before at truck stops how much we were making, man, wonderful industry to be in. And it was great. Go to the same truck stops now and ask people, they'll tell you, man, it's sometimes I'm sitting here a day, 2 days, 3 days waiting on a load. The loads are paying like crap. We're not getting very far on our roads. And then a lot of people I had some people ask me about going company driver. One guy brought up a point. He said, look, I just like the lifestyle. It sounds like a great lifestyle and everything. And it does, as long as you can pay your bills and get your essentials. I went 9 weeks without a paycheck. 9 weeks. Now, if you think that the lifestyle is worth that 9 weeks of no money coming in and you can survive on that, by all means, you know, go for that. But I know other drivers only making $400 or $500. We got $1,000 a week. If you can pay your bills on that, that's good, you know. But as company drivers aren't doing any better than the rest of us out here. The only difference is you don't have truck payments and everything, so that's one less payment. But if you still got a house, you still got utilities, you still got all this stuff, not really gonna feel good about telling you to go be a company driver. There's just not enough freight. There's just not enough money, and if any of you want to go thinking about going into truck driving, you're watching this channel and you're thinking about getting your CDL and everything, my suggestion would be go do some research on freightwaves.com, Freightwaves TV, go read some trade industry magazines, watch YouTube videos about the freight movement and things like that from professionals, not a bunch of rah guys trying to get a bonus check if you go sign up with their company. I'm not like that. I'm not going to be. I could get on here and break down statistics and everything behind me. Maybe in the future, if I buy a few more trucks in the future and I could have more time to sit down and do that kind of stuff, maybe I will then. You know, but right now I can only tell you what I'm reading, what I'm seeing. I could do links to everything, but guys, that takes a lot of time. And I'm at home. I'm not going to waste all my time doing that kind of stuff on this video. Just not going to do it, brothers. But I could. And if you want to go see, there are other people out here that do channels like that. And I think we need more of those than more of the rah, go, team, go type things that we're seeing out here. At the same time, I don't want it to seem like it's all doom and gloom. I'll say this, in any video I'm talking about the freight rates and everything, it's cyclical, however you want to pronounce it. Some people try to correct me. I say cyclical, some people say no, cyclical. Whatever, it goes up and down. Right now we are down, and when we are down, I'm going to tell you, will we be down forever? No, because too many people go out of business, lose their trucks, get tired of living on $400, $300 a week. I've seen truck drivers out here on videos talking about they had to literally go take their dogs. A couple of guys, well, one guy in particular had a dog riding with them. Had to go take his dog back home to stay with his mom while he tries to make it out here, because he's down to where he's only eating off of the advances he gets on his card. He's a company driver, and he couldn't afford to keep feeding his dog and everything, so he had to take his dog back to live with him. That's how bad things are out here. He's not the worst. I've seen other people in worse positions. Me, whenever I was telling you guys that 9 weeks without a paycheck, think had I not, if some of you have been watching my videos a while, y'all know that I had a savings set up. I have other things in place where I could make it. But how many drivers out here can't or didn't or couldn't make it and lost their trucks? Thousands. So anyway, guys, before you go get your CDL and get into this, I would seriously do a lot more homework. Go to a truck stop. Truck drivers don't mind talking to you. When you're in there, you can tell the difference between the feelings and the way we look at the store now and the way we looked in a truck stop a year ago. Last year, if you would have walked in the truck stop, man, pat you on the back, heck yeah, your man's a great living. Yeah, it's fuel price a little bit high, but man, doing a great job, making a great living. Go in there now, all you hear about is complaining. And it's not that we're complaining about the company. We're not complaining about the way a broker's treating us. It's the economy, and we feel it. You know, some people say, well, you got to quit hanging around all that negativity. I don't hang around if you're blaming someone for you not doing better. But when you're talking about you're not doing better because of outside forces that you have no control of, such as the economy, the government policies, things like that, that's different. You know what I'm saying? Find out, listen to what's going on, see before, especially before you go put your life savings and everything into a truck, and that's a gamble. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Don't gamble, especially with your future. Anyway, guys, that's what I want to come on here and say right now. I know if some of you go look out here and see the experts talking about freight rates turning around, ask yourself how and why. Are they just guessing it, or are they showing you why? Do we have more shipments coming in? Companies are expecting bigger earnings this next quarter. They're not. Some are in tech and everything, but things that depend on like stuff that we do carrying freight, retail, housing, energy, things like that, not expecting a big bump next quarter. So how these analysts are coming up with these numbers, if they can't explain it, you know, by saying, okay, we're seeing a lot more production in China on consumer goods and everything, which means they're gearing up for a bigger market over here, or we see more orders coming in from America to there. If you're not hearing them say that kind of stuff, and they're just going, well, we've been down here for this long, and at this point it usually jumps back. That's not data. That's a hope. You know, a data is saying, but they go look at the market and say, we're seeing Amazon placing bigger orders. We're seeing Walmart placing bigger orders. We're seeing all these food stores placing bigger orders. We're seeing packaging companies placing bigger orders. When you see that, that's when you know freight's fixing to start picking back up. But them just saying, well, it was this low last year, this low the year before, it usually goes up to here. That's not data. That's wishful thinking. Anyway, guys, y'all have a good one. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit subscribe, hit like, and share. Please share, please like. Leave a comment, guys. It really helps out. The comments help out a lot more than I realized. So, yeah, leave a comment below. Tell me you like it, you don't like it. We don't have to agree on everything. Let me hear your point of view. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, guys, take it easy. See you soon.